Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of Pluribus. This is episode 3. It is called Grenade. The last episode was a doozy and a very frustrating one, as Carol is trying to convince these other immune people to try and help her figure out what's going on so they can potentially fix it, and all the rest of them just seem perfectly content with what's going on, and they don't really feel like changing it, and they don't really seem to grasp what is happening. And we end the episode with Carol stopping Air Force One so she can get her companion back, and we're going to progress through the story from there. So, before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow, helps my videos get seen more in the algorithm. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me watch more of Pluribus. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. My Patreon supporters are also currently getting early access reactions to both Attack on Titan and The Summer I Turned Pretty, so if you're interested in either of those shows, definitely consider checking it out. And then lastly, I recently made a gaming channel, so if you want to watch me play all the latest video games releasing, definitely consider subscribing over there as well. That is also linked in the description down below. But other than that, let's jump into another episode of Pluribus. This looks like we're looking through a microscope. Or it's ice.
As you know, the human race grew up alongside glaciers during the ice ages.
How long did it say on that timer?
Over 10,000 tons.
Wow, that's a lot.
Luckily, Norway has plenty of snow and ice.
These blocks were created.
This
by
is before the event.
smoothing the ice on our river as it freezes, then harvesting it for storage in a nearby cave. Everything you see melts in summer.
We have different artists and artisans help us build again each year, so every stay is truly once in a lifetime.
That seems like so much work.
The koi suite.
Wow. Well, it's brisk.
Yeah, no shit, you're surrounded by ice.
About 3 degrees below zero. Not too cold.
That's super cold.
The bed is made of ice?
Yes, isn't that charming? And I
No.
highly recommend trying our complimentary house brandy.
The bed is made of ice.
It's gonna be so cold and uncomfortable in there.
Ice. Helen, we are sleeping on an ice bed. I could have saved that 100 grand and frozen my eggs right here, yolks and all.
Your bathrooms are around the corner, in the hall to your left, and if you keep going in that direction,
Hold on.
you get to our hot tub deck, which is always open.
She froze her eggs, like, to potentially have a child?
Anything else you need, please do not hesitate to let me know.
That adds another layer of pain for her.
This is amazing.
I don't think Carol agrees.
Doesn't it feel kind of nice? I mean, my skin feels so awake.
Oh my god, seriously?
Give it about an hour.
Who knew? Hell is in Norway.
Oh, come on. This is completely your bag. You
be
love
fair,
feeling bad.
She lives in the American Southwest. So she's not
What are you
going to be
doing
a
over
fan
there?
of this.
Looking for your cell phone. Val should have numbers by now.
Oh, I already talked about the airport. Come over here. Get under these blankets. There's...
You talked to Val? What'd she say?
It's on the list. Congratulations.
Great.
Yeah, now come over here and have some brandy. It's so good.
Where on the list?
Stop it. It's a bestseller.
Number 3.
Top 20.
Top 20.
Yeah.
But like closer to 11 or closer to 20?
You're impossible.
17.
That is amazing. Oh, God, I always wanted to see it.
That's actually pretty cool.
One time in Canada, I came close, but So much better than I ever imagined.
Kind of looks like a screensaver.
Oh, yeah. Stop. Sit.
She's so cynical.
Guess what? Sitting on a block of ice makes you feel like you have to pee.
Okay, so pee.
Yeah, but is the toilet gonna be made out of ice? What if I stick
Here,
to it?
don't pee, but shh.
That would be horrifying if you stuck to the toilet. What a cold open.
This is your captain speaking. Fingers crossed, hopefully we've seen the last of that rough air. Should be smooth sailing for a while. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off that fasten seatbelt sign.
Sick.
Feel free to move about the cabin, Carol.
Thanks, man. 3 days and 3 hours since the event.
May we get you anything?
Nope. Who's flying today?
Carol, on the flight deck is Captain John McConnell. And also,
First Officer Tom Deegan. These individuals have a combined 51,619 hours of flight time.
Much better than the TGI Fridays girl.
That's weirder than the gal from TGI Fridays. You doing this because she freaked me out?
that's an affirmative, Carol.
Please stop that.
It's much more spacious up in first class. Sure you wouldn't be more comfortable there? It has lie flat seats. You could get some rest.
No.
If I'm up.
She wanted to get first
Okay.
class seats in the old world when she was a successful author. Getting it now feels like cheating. Really, you gotta wait till she sits down to call her back?
Back in Spain, that was all the English speakers, right? Paraguay, what about him?
His name is Manucio Oviedo. We weren't aware of him for the first 33 hours. He manages a self-storage facility in Asunción. So far, he hasn't really communicated with us.
Okay. Like
I wanna talk to
verbally?
him.
He only speaks Spanish and a bit of Guarani. Do you want us to translate for you?
No. I'll manage.
Does Google Translate still work? What is she gonna do if he answers?
Hola, señor. Me llamo... I think we got cut off or something.
Nope, he hung up.
Hola, yo soy Carol Sturka. Estoy de los United States.
¡Me jodan más! ¡Dejen en paz, hijo de putas!
Don't call him anymore.
Get him back. Get him back.
Alright, Carol, ease up.
Chinga tu madre, cabrón!
We're sorry, Carol. We don't think it was personal.
It was personal for her. It's gotta be frustrating, though. Trying to get in contact with other people, and they won't even communicate with you. Kind of like that car, though.
Bye, Carol. Really, please let us know if there's... Carol, one second. We have something for you.
What is it?
We gathered all the mail that was in transit for you.
Why?
We think you're really gonna like what's in the box.
Is it a gun? Who did it come from? We can ignore all the bills, that's fine. Those don't matter anymore. FionaCom something center. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh. Cool. There Theragun. Those are neat. That cost $387. They got you that so you'll chill out and stop killing people.
What can we do?
What exactly do you know about what's in this box in my mail?
Helen ordered it for you. You'd been so stressed out on the tour. You tried one in the Atlanta airport.
You're gonna forget everything you know about Helen. Every memory, every thought she ever had. Get her out of your head. Heads.
Carol, we apologize.
Never mention her again. Never think about her again. Only
I can imagine how it would
her.
be
You got that?
insulting.
Only me.
They're kind of using Helen and her memory, co-opting that gift.
But that's beside the point. One day, I got up the courage to...
Golden Girls.
I pointed out.
So can she only watch reruns now? Like, did the TV industry stop? Get the aliens to continue making 1899. I need to see what happens. Who are you? Contact Amazon and get them to continue making the Wheel of Time.
Good morning, Carol.
What's with the food?
It's the exact meal you had at that B&B you stayed at in Provincetown. 2012? Remember, you were there to see the Indigo Girls. You were very complimentary of the chef dame. Well, we knew your fridge was pretty bare. You've only got tonic water, half a carton of oat milk, a jar of green olives, a jar of black olives, a jar of red olives.
I told you Helen was off limits.
Yes, of course, Carol.
So, how the...
You have a smart fridge with a camera inside it.
Is in my fridge.
It's one of the new Samsungs.
You had them clean up just before you got home from the book tour. Is the food not to your liking? Would you like us to make you something else instead?
Nope.
You're using...
I want you to leave me alone.
You're using the memories of basically dead people to try and curry favor with her.
Shows what you know, fuckers. It's 3/4 of a carton.
Idiots. Kind of like how she just stole that dude's truck. That's just her truck now. Eventually it's gonna run out of gas. Are the alien hive mind, are they keeping up the fossil fuel industry?
What the fuck?
Why would you expect there to be food for sale there? The hive mind doesn't go shopping.
Is there something specific you need? We can deliver to you anytime, anywhere.
I am not going to call you every time I need something. I don't want you waiting on me. I am a very independent person, okay? I always have been. I fend for myself.
You're gonna have to make a garden in your backyard.
Absolutely. Will do.
Okay. Great. So, what?
They're gonna have people work here now.
Can we say Friday, maybe? I just need a rough estimate of when I should come back.
We'll be there in a moment.
They got the whole distribution center ready to go. That's crazy efficient, but also like, I don't know, the ethics of this even is suspect. Even this is like a little bit like slavery.
May we sneak past you here?
Because what, are these people just gonna stay here like all the time? Says she's a very independent person, but I don't realize how much you truly depend on other people.
All set, Carol.
I wonder if they
something you want that's not here.
filmed these scenes first and then took everything out and filmed the other scenes, or how they did it. I'm curious, just for my own knowledge. I just want to know which order they filmed those in. So are they going to operate this like a normal grocery store? Like, are they going to be switching out produce and, you know, new food upon expiration dates? Like, what? How are they going to do this?
I don't know why I raised my hand.
Damn it.
Yeah, they stopped working at the electrical plant too. Dang, the whole power grid.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
I mean, wow. They turned off everything but her neighborhood.
Why are you turning off the lights?
Yes, we know. It was a mistake. But they're back on now, right? The lights at your house?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Why are you turning them off everywhere else?
For conservation.
'Cause they don't need
Just the
'em.
ones that aren't necessary, which are, well, most of them.
What, lights aren't necessary for you guys? You just see in the dark?
Oh, no.
They hibernate.
Carol, is there anything we could do to cheer you up?
Cheer me up?
Not really,
Why?
no.
I'm fine. I'm so happy. There is nothing wrong with me that a fucking hand grenade wouldn't fix. You got one of those? Because I think that would be the perfect topper for the greatest week in human history.
Do they understand sarcasm? Someone just throws a grenade through the window. Pills and alcohol? It's a dangerous combo, Carol. Especially if someone's about to deliver a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry it took so long.
No way she actually brought her a hand grenade.
Yes. We thought you were probably being sarcastic, but we didn't want to take the chance. Were you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Right, of course you were. Do you want us to take... You know what? We just we'll get rid of it. Feel better, Carol.
Hey, do you maniacs drink?
Not
It's okay.
when you have a hand grenade.
You can bring the hand grenade.
You're gonna accidentally set that off.
How do you say cheers in Sanskrit?
Shubhamastu. Roughly, it means may everyone be blessed.
Well done. Shubha
Mandu.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Whiskey has the same root meaning in Scots Gaelic from Wishka Baha.
You don't say.
Do you just start spouting information that you know?
What gives this particular brand its distinctive smoothness. It's distilled from both potato and corn. It is slightly alkaline. Do you taste that? Lower shelf alcohol
I would
tends
not
to
be
be
able to
acidic. The chief
taste
distiller
that. I don't
learned
know
the
what
process from his
alkaline tastes
grandfather.
like.
And now you learned it by stealing it out of his brain.
Yep. That's why it's so insulting to bring
How
up
long
Helen's
do I have left
memories.
before you turn me into a worker bee?
It could be as soon as a couple weeks, or it could take months or longer.
That's quite the range for someone who knows everything that there is to know.
They want to surprise you.
Regardless, sooner or later, I'm fucked. We want to make you happy, you say. Your life is your own, you say. An agency. I've got all this agency.
But you're actively working around the clock to change
I guess I
that.
have agency just until I don't.
Yeah.
Carol, if you were walking by a lake and you saw somebody drowning, would you throw him a life preserver? Of course you would. You wouldn't think, you wouldn't wait, you wouldn't try to get consensus on it. You'd just throw it.
If you had one.
So now I'm drowning?
You just don't know it.
Well,
I mean, she might be.
you people are
still.
brainwashed, is what you are. I mean, what could possibly be so great about this mind meld of yours? Actually, let me guess.
All pain is gone.
You feel nothing but contentment. Just wave after wave of bliss and peace, and everything is perfect. It's like living inside a postcard every second of every day.
Yep.
You're taking a hike in the woods, and there's a warm rain, and the trees are so tall you can't even see the tops. Or you're having coffee on the canals in Amsterdam.
All the things Helen would love.
Or you're taking a walk at sunset on the most flawless beach in Croatia. Or you're in Norway above the Arctic Circle.
Yep. Helen's bucket list.
In a hotel made of ice.
Girl.
Under a pile of furs.
We told you to get Helen's memories out your head.
I told you that Helen was off limits. You are a bunch of mindfuckers.
I wouldn't be playing with that.
Wow, you got this thing really jammed in there.
Girl,
didn't
no, no,
Please.
girl, no.
Be careful with that.
you? Right, like you would give me a real hand grenade.
Girl, throw that away, throw that away, throw that away, throw that
If
away.
we may.
Oh my god. Oh no, the truck she stole. That's no bueno. Did that just kill a whole bunch more people?
Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh, she's got shrapnel in the back. Bro. Yeah, we should probably ease off the alcohol. We should probably stop asking for munitions.
May we join you?
Hey, man.
We're happy to say Zosia's doing much better. There was some blood loss, but no real nerve damage. She did get a pretty severe concussion that we're going to want to keep an eye on. She's resting now.
Were there any worldwide
Can we give you
effects
a first change of clothes?
that grenade?
Why would you give me a hand grenade?
You asked for one.
Why not give me a fake one?
A placebo.
Sorry if we got that wrong, Carol.
It's not that you got it wrong, it's...
If I asked right now, would you give me another hand grenade?
Yes.
Even after last night, you would give me another.
Oh, sure.
Okay, what about a bazooka? And the thing a bazooka shoots, a rocket or whatever.
Yes.
All right. All right. What about, I don't know, a tank?
Mm-hmm.
She wants to
What
fly
about
in an AC-130.
an atom bomb?
Why would you want one?
To blow shit up? For kicks? I mean, does it matter? You gave me a
Yeah,
grenade.
give
for
her a
fuck's sake.
nuke. Give her an H-bomb.
It'd be okay to say no at this point. That would be sane. Not utterly batshit crazy.
If you truly wanted a nuclear weapon, we would weigh the pros and cons with you.
They'd try and talk you out of it, but they would still give it to you.
Yes or no?
Ultimately, yes. Wouldn't necessarily feel good about it, but
still do it.
Heaven and earth to make you happy, Carol.
Why?
Would you like an atom bomb?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
She's just gonna let you stress about it for a while.
Okay. Oh, would you like a cup of coffee?
They just have no regard for their own safety. Ugh, come on. All right, solid episode. Went by super quick. It wasn't like a short episode. It just went by so quickly. Let's talk about the cold open, literally, like the literal cold open. So her and Helen go on this, like, not vacation, but I mean kind of a vacation. They go on this trip to Norway to see the Northern Lights in this like ice hotel. And the concept of this ice hotel is so weird. Just like, I mean, it's like half of it sounds cool, where it's like, okay, this is a uniquely handcrafted hotel every single year. Like, it's never the same. Someone builds it every year. Like, it's unique in that way, which is really cool. You can see the aurora borealis like right from your hotel room, and in some sense, like, there's a novelty about it being like -1 the whole time. And, you know, everything made of ice and all that. And it's like, yeah, the novelty of that is fun. Like when you go to see ice sculptures, or when you go skiing, or when you do whatever, like, that is fun to be out in the cold for a couple hours, right? Doing something interesting that is different from your normal day-to-day. But if you're gonna be just in there all the time, like no chance to really warm up, that is awful. Like, this is coming from someone who lives in Minnesota, where it's cold all the time in the winter. Like, it is consistently below 0 in Minnesota during the winter. And I generally like the cold. I like the cold more than, like, summertime, because in the summertime you can only take so many layers off, but in the winter you can put more layers on and be warm again. But like, even for someone who likes the cold is only so enjoyable, and then you need to go back inside. Right? Like, it's so much nicer to be able to just go back inside. So being in a hotel room made of ice the whole time sounds awful. So I understand Carol's grumpiness there, but that scene, I think, does just go a long way to showing us like who Carol is in general as a person. Like, we had the scene in episode 1 where, you know, we see that she has like a mask, right? When she's so cheery and happy with her like book audience, and then switches to her miserable self again. And we see episode 2 where she's just miserable the whole time, you know, understandable given the circumstances. But this episode really just kind of shows us that, like, her being like curmudgeon-y, like always grumpy and upset, is kind of her default state, right? Like, Helen is so excited to be there. She's so happy. She thinks it's great. She thinks the Northern Lights are beautiful, and that the novelty of this, you know, ice hotel is so fun. And Carol is just like, this sucks. Like, she hates being there, but I think she loves Helen so much that she's just willing to put up with whatever. Like, and that kind of comes back around at the end when she's talking about like the most beautiful, wonderful experience that you could go through, like being in the hive mind, like everything is perfect. And her idea of like perfect is spending all her time with Helen doing things that she hates the whole time. Right? Helen would love it. All the stuff that Helen would love doing. Walking on the beach, you know, in Aruba, going to an ice hotel in Norway, doing all these things. Helen's idea of like bliss. But Carol's idea of bliss is just Helen. It's just being with Helen. And so it's just very interesting that you kind of just get the sense of like, okay, this is just who Carol is as an individual. She's just uniquely pessimistic at all times, and she really only likes one thing, and it's Helen. And now Helen's gone, so it's just like you understand why she's so upset in the end of episode 1 and all of episode 2. Like her whole reason for happiness is gone, and these aliens are just continually trying to find ways to make her happy. And it's like extra insulting because like she knows that they cannot make her happy because they inadvertently killed the one thing that made her happy. But then to add an extra insulting layer on top of it, they are then using her memories, like Helen's memories, to try and make her happy still. Like they're, like she says, stealing them from Helen's brain. Like she says, you're mind fucking, right? Like they are violating the memory of her loved one and all these other people in order to just make her life a little bit happier and a little bit more convenient. And I can imagine how insulting that is and how frustrating that is. Like I can kind of think, like, I relate to it a little bit in terms of, like, I mean, just, like, everyday stuff throughout whatever. Like, you could talk about AI, you could talk about politics, you could talk about, you name it, where, like, certain people just don't realize that what they're doing or what they're saying is just extremely insulting or is bad. Like people that are just completely fine using AI, and you're fully aware that it's literally destroying the environment. It's basically going to collapse the economy. Like it's arguably one of, even though it's incredibly helpful for a lot of things, AI potentially is like the downfall of civilization. and it's, you see all these people just like totally cool with it, totally happy, and you're like, this is the worst. And it just every time you see it, it just pisses you off. Or like, I don't know, I don't fully know how to explain it, but like or like when people like someone makes an AI image of, I don't know, some artwork, or they're like, oh, I made Batman in this environment, or I made this character doing something, or maybe someone draws something and then someone responds to them on Twitter and is like, hey, I put your drawing into AI and I have it doing this cool thing. Isn't that cool? And it's like, no, that's not cool. That's horrifying. Like, it's insulting, and you stole my art. Like, that's the worst. And like, so you can kind of see some parallels to like AI, to various other things in this show, and it's just like, it's crazy. One other thing I wanted to mention about that cold open is Carol has kind of like a throwaway line a little bit, where if you're not fully paying attention in that moment, it might have just gone past you. But she talks about how she's like, we could have saved that $100,000 or 10 grand or however, I don't remember the exact amount of money, but she says we could have saved that $100,000 and just frozen my eggs here which means that Carol froze her eggs to potentially, I believe what they're saying is to potentially have a child, right? So that could theoretically come into play at some point, right? Like if this hive mind alien is like, you know, Hail Mary desperation shot to make Carol happy, are they going to try and use her eggs to give her a baby, right? Like if she can't have Helen anymore, maybe they're gonna assume one thing we can do to help her is give her a child. But then, I don't know, like they'll do that and she'll just be like, what the, like she might lose her mind and kill 1 billion people. Like it's potentially very bad. She might actually ask for that atom bomb. But then that also begs the question, like, would the baby be part of the hive mind? That's crazy. Because then it's not even like a baby. It's just another entity in the hive mind. I don't know. It's crazy. One other element of this episode that I thought was very interesting is Carol's kind of like insistence on being an independent person, right? Like she wants the hive mind aliens to leave her alone and just like never come near her again, but she doesn't quite realize that so much of who she is completely reliant on the outside world, right? Like this could kind of be a slight meta commentary on like American individualism, or not even just American individualism, but like individualism in general, about how so many people consider themselves to be this like fully independent, self-sustaining individual. You know, they don't need other people in their lives, like they got their own thing going. But, you know, go to the grocery store where, you know, without other people there to set that whole thing up, like you can't buy food, you can't sustain yourself, you can't do any of this. Like it's crazy. She goes to the supermarket and she's like, what the fuck? She's surprised that there's no food there. And it's like, yeah, like these people, the hive mind isn't going shopping for chips. Like they're not continuing to live everyday lives. Like they're part of a collective now that their whole biological imperative is creating a cure for your sadness, right? Like they're trying to bring you into the fold. That's everything they're doing. They're not hanging out. They're not going out to eat. They're not buying TV dinners and watching Golden Girls at home. Like that's what you're doing. Like they don't need any of that. And so she has them restock her grocery store, and it's like, it's even watching that scene, I was like, this feels unethical. Right? Like it's, I don't know, you kind of have to come to the conclusion of, like, even in today's society, there is no ethical consumption in a capitalist society, right? Like someone somewhere along the lines is not suffering, but like putting in the work or doing something on your behalf, right? It's probably pain somewhere along the line of, right? People are being taken advantage of in today's society. People are being greedy, stealing for, like, right? Like there is no ethical, like fully ethical way to be a consumer in today's society. And so her kind of going on this like rant, and me even last episode going on a rant about like how so much of what they're doing, and her being upset at like the French dude of like how he's basically using these people. The very next episode, she kind of has to cave a little bit and use these people, right? Like she wants to be independent, but she's not going to grow her own food in the backyard. She's not going to do all that. She's going to shop at the grocery store. She's a little bit hypocritical, right? And she has them restock the grocery store. But like then you have to think about you know, how a grocery store actually works, how an actual retail environment would work. Are they going to be switching out those food products when they, you know, expire, when the produce goes bad? Are they planting more just to refill this one specific grocery store? Like, there's a whole ecosystem of work that now has to happen so that she can have this grocery store. It's a tiny bit hypocritical, and given the fact that they don't have a choice to do it, like they biologically feel the need to do it because she wants it, like her personal convenience is, you know, now a direct benefit of a system of slavery. It's just like, you know, it sucks because you're watching it and you're like, I don't really feel good about seeing her do this and like take advantage of these people. But she's like leaning more into it now. Like, she was so upset last episode at these people that were buying into the environment, and now she's slowly buying into the environment. But again, like, there is no ethical consumption in a capitalist society. It just doesn't really work. It is very interesting that she's watching reruns as well. It's like, I imagine the current Hollywood apparatus, you know, television apparatus, would cease to exist. Like, there wouldn't be entertainment anymore that doesn't already exist. I mean, theoretically, she might be able to call up the collective and be like, hey, can you continue making television shows? Like, what if she had a specific show that she really liked? And now that it's, you know, the end of the world, they're not making it anymore. Could she theoretically be like, hey, Netflix, can you renew $18.99, please? Right? Like, everyone was so mad when that show got canceled after one season. You know, if I was there, could I theoretically be like, hey, Netflix, please continue making this? Like, would the collective do it? Do they have the ability to act? Right? Like, is that a thing they could do? I mean, they would have all the technical knowledge of how to make this show and distribute it and do all these things. But, like, would they have the ability to, like, regulate themselves as actors? Especially given how much emotion is often involved in acting. Would they even act? Would, like, if there was a scene where people died, would they just kill that person? Like, they're not even trying to act. They're just like, bah, die. Well, I mean, I guess they can't do harm to others, but they could maybe do harm to themselves. Actually, they probably wouldn't do harm to themselves either. So maybe they would actually act. But, like, could you theoretically, like, if your favorite show got canceled, or, like, you could have the hive mind redo the final season of Game of Thrones. Like, that would be, that if I was in there and I had to participate in this society, that might be the, like, some of the things that I would use it for. I'd be like, okay, you have access to everything, remake the final season of Game of Thrones. Like, remake the structure of it. So instead of having the final 2 or 3 seasons be a total of like 6 episodes each, like, I want 4 more 10 episode seasons. like how would that work theoretically? That's very interesting. I imagine next episode Carol is going to be trying to figure some of these things out, because the tagline says Carol tests the boundaries of this weirdly honest world at the expense of her ego. I wonder if she's gonna make the hive mind read her book and tell her if it's good. They're probably gonna say it sucks, and that might be refreshing for her to hear. But yeah, like she's currently kind of inadvertently testing the boundaries already, where she makes a sarcastic joke about a grenade and they bring her a grenade, and that doesn't lead to a great situation. It actually blows up because she's like she doesn't consider the idea that they would possibly actually give her a grenade, because it's stupid. Like, no right-thinking individual would actually bring her a real grenade. They would lie to her. And her being like, you actually brought me a grenade. And it ends up exploding outside her house. Injures Zosha. But from what we can tell, there wasn't a, like, worldwide issue because of that. So the individuals getting hurt or getting concussed or all these things doesn't affect the greater apparatus of them. Seemingly that only happens when she displays negative emotions to them. But yeah, that whole scene, the whole scene at the end where she's asking this guy, like, theoretically, if I asked for a tank or an atom bomb, would you get me one? And like, anyone who works in retail or works in just like the service industry in general recognized the immediate, like, gears turning in his head of like, how do I answer this person in a way that is not going to piss them off but can dissuade them from what they want. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they just want something that is stupid. Like, they request something and you're immediately like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, I'm not going to get you that. Or they want to talk to a manager for something that's so benign and so dumb and doesn't need a manager. Like, you see, like, the customer service side of him being like, why would you want that? Like, trying to answer in a respectful way that is going to get them to go away or shut down that line of thinking without actually pissing them off and getting you in trouble. So she's like, would you give me an atom bomb? And he's like, why would you want an atom bomb? He's trying to reconcile that while also being like he's trying to direct her to be like, no, you don't want an atom bomb, but also, like, I will give it to you. Like, it's just annoying to deal with those types of people. But, like, his performance in that scene was great because he's like, we would weigh the pros and cons. And it's just like, but in the end, yeah, he would give you the atom bomb. And who knows what you would do with that? Like, that's she might request an atom bomb when they make a baby for her later. Like, that's not gonna be a fun time. But yeah, the episode as a whole was just very interesting because it's Carol finding out, like, exactly how reliant she still has to be on these aliens, even though she desperately wants them to leave her alone and she wants to be alone and miserable by herself. She has to be a part of this. Like, even if she's not actually part of the collective, she still has to be immersed in the environment that they're creating, and they have this also biological need to help her and do all these things. It's like very reminiscent of her relationship with Helen, and it's just very interesting. I'm also curious what's going to happen with the guy from Paraguay. He seems to be kind of very similar to Carol, where he's just like, F off. I don't want you guys to talk to me. Like, leave me alone, bitches. Like, he's just swearing at them. And Carol, like, she's frustrated about this whole situation. She calls him back and she's, what did she say? Something cabron. It's just like, he might actually try and get in contact with her now because he recognized, like, oh shit, that person wasn't super nice to me. They might be a real individual. Like, who knows what's gonna happen there? Because the second line of next week's episode says, far away, a resolute individual learns he's not alone. So I imagine the Paraguayan guy is the resolute individual, and that phone call is what's gonna let him know that he's not alone as an individual, right? Like, up to this point, he might have thought that exclusively he was the only one, because he's probably only interacted with the hive mind, but he is too stubborn and too, like, antagonistic towards them that he probably hasn't asked them if there's more like him. But yeah, I don't know. This show's so good, and it's so thought-provoking, because, like, there are clear, correct positions and answers for a lot of what we're seeing. Like, there's clearly, like, you see something and it's like, okay, this is not right. This is bad. We should not do this. We should, you know, whatever. But it's not exclusively like black and white. There is room for nuance in what we're seeing. Like I don't know how to fully explain my train of thought, but like it does allow us to get into the minutia a little bit of like, is this truly the worst? Like, is what we're seeing like, it has pros and cons. Like the delivery driver said, like, there are pros and cons to what we're seeing and the environment that's been set up. But even though like there might be a lot of pros, like the cons outweigh it. Right? So I don't know, at least that's where I land on it. But yeah, I think that's all I got this time. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Very curious to see how you feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. My Patreon subscribers are also currently getting early access reactions to both Attack on Titan and The Summer I Turned Pretty, so if you're interested in either of those shows, definitely consider supporting. And then again, I recently made a gaming channel, so if you want to watch me play all the latest games releasing, definitely consider subscribing over there as well. Your support would mean the world. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.